I can just keep running this way. Oh shit! Did I quit zombies? I mean, I definitely don't play it that often anymore. I just play it for fun once in a while. You feel me? Yeah, dig. The people in the zombies community are just extremely like toxic. That's what tired of dealing with it. To be honest with you. What's up, Shiny boy?
What's going on, buddy?
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a long story, but I'll, so interrupt me if you have any questions.
Sure.
But basically, I'm 22, and I got into, I went to NYU in 2020. So
Okay.
everything was on Zoom, and next semester I meet this girl on, on Zoom. We end up meeting up in person. Everything is going pretty good. A week later,
Met her on
she
Zoom.
asked me, "Okay, what are we?" I said, "I guess we're dating," and she said, "You know what? Then you have to live with me."
Whoa.
So I said, "Okay,
Damn.
if this is the deal, sure." But my dad had cancer, so
Oh my god.
I was taking my dad to the hospital maybe 3 times a month.
Jesus.
So I told her, I have to still be at home.
Yeah.
So, you know, she said, "Well, you can live with me for 3 days a week, and then 4 days a week, you can go back home and deal with that." So what ends up happening is that, for context, my dad's from Lebanon, my mom's from Russia, and every time that I go to the airport, this is sort of important, I get stopped because of my name. I look pretty white, but they always ask me like wild questions, like you ever met Osama bin Laden and some heights, this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
All right, now things are progressing, and 1 year later, so now we're like February 2021. We go to the airport, and she's coming in on an F1 visa. I'm, I'm a citizen.
Mm-hmm.
We get, we get to the line, and I tell her, okay, if they stop me, you wait half an hour, you take an Uber back home, and then we'll deal with it. So it turns out they rip her visa right in front of me. They take her to the same detention place that I get to. Pretty much the same thing that happened to Hassan recently.
I'm sorry, they took her visa or they ripped it up?
They ripped it up in front of her, and then we're like, you know what? You have a ripped visa. We can't admit you into the country.
What the fuck?
Without questioning.
Holy
so,
shit.
I get in the room, and they start asking me like, hey. Usually they just ask me like, okay, do you know these like random names? I say no. It takes a couple hours, and then I go home. This time around, they're like, okay, at NYU, were you, were you recruiting men or women? So I was like, hold up, you're asking if I'm bi? What's going on here? And they're like, just answer the question. So I said, I wasn't recruiting anyone. I just met this girl a year ago, and things are going okay.
Right.
So then they hit me with the question of like, oh, we see that your dad's pretty sick. When he dies, are you excited to take your family to Syria? And I was like, we're not even from Syria. Like, what's this whole line of questioning?
Yeah.
But when we get back into the Uber, my girlfriend is like, hey, they told me a lot of bad stuff about you and your dad. Like, you have to fess up. And I said, I have nothing to fess up. They're just being racist. And she was like, why would the government ever be racist? I was like,
some okay, dumb and rich NYU girl. Go ahead.
Yeah, but basically, she's She was born in Paris, but she lived her whole life in Singapore because her dad's an oil exec there.
Oh God.
I guess
You
the
want to talk
Singaporean
about
government
evil.
really got into her mind of like, the government never lies.
That's it. I mean,
But,
so you're talking about a fascist.
Exactly. So, this is like 2022. Then, my dad dies in
Sorry,
May
man.
of that year. So February to May. And the whole thing is that she never met my dad because he was already pretty sick.
Yeah.
So then, the thing we basically, she started talking about wanting to go to medical school, and she's like, it's really difficult for someone who's technically an international student to get into medical school. So, what if we just get married
Oh
in
God.
2023? So that's like 2 years later from meeting. So I say sure. And so we get married at City Hall.
Jesus Christ, you're a really compliant motherfucker, dude.
Oh, wait, it gets worse. It gets worse.
Oh God, it gets worse.
Again,
Right.
this is how it's convoluted. The story is, so when her parents got divorced, she was like 15. They were living in Singapore, and her mom wanted to go back to France. So her mom took her back to France. Her brother stayed with the dad in Singapore. Turns out the mom and the daughter end up having an argument, and they stopped talking. And so my wife ended up being in a mental institution for 2 years, and then she escaped in Paris. Some sort of tree a couple days later.
When
so
she's like
I knew that I was getting into
17?
some crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I bet it fucking.
So so basically, we get married at City Hall next year. Now it's already 2024. I don't end up getting an internship. And she's really pressing me on that. And she says, you know what? My brother is doing venture capital in Palo Alto.
Ugh.
He has a company that he can stick you in there. So I just go to Palo Alto for the summer.
Jesus Christ.
Now, what happens is that, for context, her grandfather ended up being the last surgeon who operated on the Shah of Iran after he got deposed.
Oh my God.
And so he was broke he was broke at the time. So he had to give them, to pay the grandfather, he gave him like a house in Corsica. So over the summer, she was like, okay, you can
Rich people problems, man.
in Corsica, like now's the time.
I'm sorry, dude. This woman sounds cartoonishly evil. She's a French insane woman whose dad was a oil exec in Singapore, and her family has a house in Corsica from the Shah of Iran. That's who wants you to work in venture capital. That's who this woman is.
Right. So technically I was not working in venture capital. I was working for one of the companies they invested in.
Okay. But either way,
basically,
her brother's in venture capital. I'm connecting all the dots, and there's not one non-evil dot that I have fucking heard so far. But go ahead.
Right. Yeah, but and he's like, he's doing venture capital, but he's a DJ on the side, so he's basically never working. He's just DJing around the world. So it's like the whole, wild family.
Jesus.
So we end up in in Corsica, but she's like, hey, so here's the thing. My family's pretty Islamophobic. I'm Muslim, right? I have a pretty Arab name from my username.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, well, your mom. So my mom was born in Russia, but to a Jewish family. So she was like, let's just say that you're Jewish. They're also like, they don't like Jews either, but like they like Jews a little bit better than they like Muslims. So we go there.
She's like, it can play.
Yeah, we can make Jew work. Muslim, we're dead in the water. We can figure something out with Jew. All right, go ahead.
So I go there and I start I have to make up all of these things. Like people, they ask me, when was your bar mitzvah? And I'm like, I have to defer to her to be like,
by the way,
dude, how
is
long do take the story?
Buddy, is there a moment here where you're like, from the moment you meet this girl, she's like, you're moving in with me, and all the way to pretend you're Jewish, is there a moment where it crosses your mind to stand up for yourself, or is the pussy that good?
So here's the thing: we never had sex. I got married to her.
What?
4 years, nothing.
What the fuck are you talking about? Are you out of your fucking mind?
That was the whole thing I was dealing with. Those were the cards that I was dealt.
No, you motherfucker! Fold! Then you fold those cards, and you play another hand. Oh my fucking God!
That's not to divert too far, but she since we got married in 2022, she was like, I'm gonna be. So she's a year older than me, so she was like, 24s are getting a little too old to have a kid, so we have to have a kid in 2025.
Oh my!
And
you
so she
wait.
was like, I wanna.
You had sex after you got married, at least, or no?
No. So she wanted to have a kid, but she didn't even get to the part of like, how we're gonna make it. Okay.
Dude, what the
So-
fuck are you talking about?
I'm telling you,
I've
the whole thing was,
rarely been this floored by a single question. This might be the question that has fucked me up the most in Stavi's world
Right.
history. Oh my! And there's more to this. Your question.
Yeah,
What? Okay. Whew. All right. Finish up. Finish up. Go ahead.
all right. Like just for context, like when that whole thing happened, she was like, we need to make sure they have you can have kids. So I was like, okay, I'll go to the urologist, and she was like, no, you have to go to the gynecologist. We had a big argument about this, and then she took me to the gynecologist office. It was the fastest doctor's appointment ever. Where they were like, why are you here? And I said, she brought me in there, and they're like, just go to the urologist. So this is the type of person I'm dealing with. So
Why?
basically, when I was in California, she was like, okay, I wanted to have a big marriage, I think a big wedding. I didn't want to get married just at City Hall. So she started planning up a big marriage for April of this year. We put down a down payment on it, like everything. And in Corsica, I'm making all these lies about being Jewish, even though
I forgot about
technically
that
not.
part.
And I come back from California, so, and she tells me like, you know what, we need to have a talk. And I go, okay. And she goes, I've been thinking about how you get stopped at the airport, and I'm pretty sure I never met your dad because he was a terrorist. I was like,
Dude.
okay, this is getting out of pocket. And she goes, but I think you're a terrorist too. So what are you gonna do about that? And I was like, I wasn't even entertaining the question until she started pressing me on it. Like, okay, what are you gonna do about it? So I was like, clearly, the government has a bone to pick with me, but like, there's nothing,
Dude.
It's such a mute point.
Why the
What
fuck
in
do
the
you still
fuck?
talk to this woman,
I'm
let alone
so
marry?
confused.
What the fuck are you getting out of this arrangement? You don't fuck
So what
her.
happened?
You just fucking hang out with some dumb, insane bitch who's racist, and every member of her family is evil in a different way. What the fuck are you even doing?
I also talked to Eldest about what parts, what details to censor. But her dad, so she was paying $10,000 to live on next to the Empire State Building in a studio apartment, and then her dad was like, okay, I can't be paying that much money. So she was like, okay, I want to get an apartment on the Upper East Side. So he flew in with just a suitcase full of money, and he bought an apartment for us for like $2.5 million.
That's an apartment
two
shopping
bedrooms.
tip for you, stuff.
Oh, that's smart, man. That's smart, Eldest.
Yeah. If you need
So,
rest for
are you
where
getting?
to go.
Are you at least just living on? Like, legitimately, what are you getting out of this, brother? Just answer me
Pretty
that.
much.
Happiness doesn't seem to be the answer.
No, I was
You
not
don't
happy.
get the
I just
fuck.
I felt like the longer, if I can just like wait until she gets into medical school, maybe things will get better because she's always stressed about like her future career plans. So I was like, once the stress goes out, then we can actually discuss the fact that I'm not really happy in all of this.
What the fuck am I
But,
listening
Christ,
to?
dude.
And so
Brandon.
I end up, we have this talk. Then she's like, your mom. So when she met your dad, she became a Muslim, and I'm like, okay. She goes, that's an extremist act. Do you know that, right? And I was like, I told her that my mom can do whatever she wants. Like, what's the
fuck?
point?
She has free will.
And she was like, yeah, but you have to do something about that. So I end up just not entertaining any of this. And she tells me, well, you know what? We have to take some time apart. So you have to live in the other bedroom in this apartment.
Okay.
And I'm like, I have a house in Jackson Heights. Like, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna live there. She was like, well, what if immigration pops up in the middle of the night? I need you to be here so we can prove this is a real marriage.
Oh my god.
So
You have all the
I
fucking
packed all
control,
my
you
stuff,
fucking
basically.
idiot.
I moved into the
Divorce?
second
What
bedroom.
are you doing?
And,
Divorce this woman.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Oh, finish up, man. But the answer is divorce her and live your life for the first time ever.
Right. Stand up for myself, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, what happened was her friend, basically, over the course of the week, I was in the other bedroom. Her friend was like, oh, yeah, my lease just ran out. Like, can I use your second bedroom? So she was like, sure, you can move in. You know what? Let's throw a party. So the day that her friend is moving in, I had to pack all my stuff into an Uber to drive out back to my house. Plus, she was like rushing me because she's like, at 5 o'clock we're having a party, so hurry up. So I'm like, okay. I pack all my stuff. I head back home, and she tells me, you know what? But you still have to take me out to dinner once a week.
Dude, what are you
So I
talking
entertained
about?
that.
Okay, stop. I don't fucking give a fuck anymore. This is insane. Shut the fuck up. I can't hear about all the ways you're cucked in every way a man can be cucked. It's fucking crazy, dude. Shut the fuck up. There can't be more to this. If there is, I don't want to hear it. You're making me sad. You need to divorce this woman immediately. What are you fucking talking about?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about at all? Every part of this is horrific.
He's a fucking turnip.
Answer me. What are you getting out of this?
He's a turnip,
Please,
alright.
Give me one sentence of the positives of your relationship with this woman. Go. One positive. I've heard 1,000 negatives. Tell me one positive.
I guess in the end, it makes me feel like a good person that I'm trying to, get someone, help someone get their life together.
She's
and,
fucking rich. Her fucking dad killed a bunch of Asians on an oil rig to get her a fucking $2 million apartment. This is a bad she's fucking. There's nothing good to be done here. You want to help people get their lives together? You help a fucking immigrant who's poor. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Some French heiress, some evil French heiress who won't even suck you off.
Indeed.
Who called your dad your deceased father, may he rest in peace, a fucking terrorist? She called your dead dad a terrorist and she won't suck your dick? And you were like, yeah, I'll take a fucking Uber XL with all my belongings to Jackson Heights while you have a fucking party with other evil people?
Do you think
My
do you
guy.
think she might fuck you at all ever? Do you think that's
You're
ever on
married
the
to her
table?
and she won't fuck you. I don't want to break the conversation open.
She wanted to have a kid, so I was like, at
Yeah,
some
she'll
point,
let
she's
you
gonna have to
nut
get along
in
to
her
it.
4 times until she's pregnant. This woman has like some weird this is a truly mentally ill in the most classic sense person I've ever heard of. I don't understand what she's getting out of this.
Yeah,
I want to say she's cheating, but she might just be insane. I don't even know if she is. But it doesn't matter either way though, dude. This is fucking crazy. You have done nothing but be out on the limb for her, and I don't know, dude. You're in deep as fuck.
Yeah. So basically, at this point, I haven't talked to her since October. Basically, I took her out to dinner once, and she was like, "Are you doing your homework?" And I was like, "Yes." And it was just like all about, if what am I doing at school, which just felt like extremely awkward. So she was like, "Okay, you know what? We have to put this relationship on hold for a couple months." And I was like, "Okay, sure. This sounds okay to me." And we haven't talked since October. And then like 2 months ago, her dad was like, "Hey," he emailed me and was like, "Can you send me the tax returns from last year?" So at that point, I got pretty offended because I was like, my wife isn't even writing to me for this, mundane thing.
Yeah, fuck that.
Plus, he's not even mentioning are we still married? Like, I was getting sort of suspicious of did she divorce me? And she didn't even tell me that she divorced me.
Yeah.
So basically, now I'm in this position where, as you can tell, I feel kind of obligated. I felt obligated since I met her in 2021. Because the first day, basically the first time I ever met her, she took me to my apartment because I was like, I heard she was having some trouble with calculus, and I was like, okay, let me help you with this. I got in there, and the apartment was like filthy, and so it turns out that in Singapore she had like a team of maids cleaning up after her. So
okay,
I started
you have listen. You have 30 seconds to ask a question. You're pissing me off.
Do I risk sending her back to the mental institution, or do I just cut it off and feel her whole family liked me except basically her?
Listen to me. There's never been a clearer question in my life. There's never been a clear answer. This woman has done nothing but take advantage of you and offend you in any way. She hasn't sucked. You haven't fucked even though you're married. She told you to leave. Her dad is asking you for fucking tax documents, but she won't even talk to you. She is not added anything to your life for even 1 fucking second, and she's a bad person who had fucking maids her whole life and who you feel obligated to, I don't know what the fuck's going on with your psychology, brother. You need to be in therapy more than anyone that's ever called into this show. There's no discussion. You will not say anything else to me. You are done talking. If you don't divorce this woman,
Dude, I wish Slug Duck were here for this one.
Subscribe, Eldest. We will refund you all the money you've ever spent a lifetime on Patreon. I don't want the money of a man who talked to me. I'm holding the mirror up to you. You are cucked in a way. This is when Republicans make up what liberals act like. They're thinking of you. They're thinking of some. They think like they'll just like this woman. If she told you to chop your dick off and become a woman, I'm not convinced you wouldn't do it. You would do whatever the fuck she asked, and she hasn't given you anything. You have some kind of crazy, weird. Maybe it's a humiliation fetish. Maybe it's some kind of some shit with your family. I don't know what it is, but divorce this woman immediately. I mean, this might not even be your fucking call. And by the way, if immigration asks you, you don't lie. You tell them exactly how she behaves. You say, we've never consummated the marriage. I was waiting, and she told me to leave. This doesn't feel like my wife. She's crazy and her family's rich, so I'm scared of her, but we're not together. That's what the fuck you tell them.
That was honestly one of the best episodes. That dude's fucking feel bad for him. That was funny.
I guess I don't have a question. I really just wanted to thank you.
Oh.
You had a caller a few months ago, and I can't remember who was the guest on the episode. It was a man who was in a relationship where he never got his dick sucked by his wife. And you made some comments like, 20, 30 seconds is good enough. And I was listening to that episode in the car with my wife, and she heard that, and she had, I guess, an epiphany. Like, she didn't realize, like, you could suck a man's dick for just 20 seconds and it'd be okay. Like, he doesn't have to finish. Just a little background. I've been married 15 years. I'm an old man.
This is
and
awesome.
Her hearing that, I guess, just, and she asked me, like, does it actually count if it's only like 20, 30 seconds? I'm like, yeah, it counts. Because I had this type of wife who was like, she never wanted to suck my dick. And I've been married so long, I just made peace with it so long ago. But both of us hearing that episode, it's like, man, like after that, it's like every time, brother, like,
hell yes, dude.
not a time goes by, like when we have sex, that she doesn't suck my dick now for just even like half a minute. It's great. It's awesome. Even if you don't play this on the podcast,
we're definitely playing this.
I hope Eldest still plays this for you because it's awesome, and I wanted to thank you, brother. Thank you.
I mean,
You are changing lives.
This is what I'm not kidding.
Changing lives.
This is what makes the podcast worth it. I'm not even joking.
You turned this guy's life around.
This makes me feel so good. And yes, man, suck a little dick. Yeah, I can count. I have almost never. I mean, I have, but like, in the grand scheme of things, the busting from head compared to just busting from sex, it's like it's all part of the experience.
Yeah.
It's all just like part of the fun of it. It's essentially foreplay, and to know that some fucking old guy just out of the blue started getting his dick
You've utterly
sucked.
rearranged his sex life. You've just enhanced his sex
He
life.
made peace with it
That
years
makes
ago.
it was done. It was dead and gone.
It was a headless marriage.
He was gonna live the rest of his life headless. He was fucking. He
After
was a
this
Sleepy
episode,
Hollow.
though, maybe he tries butt
It's
plugs
a
and
Sleepy
really
Hollow.
expand his horizons.
Fucking put a finger up the poop chute, pal. That's awesome, and that's crazy that his wife didn't even consider that.
Right.
That like whatever fucked up relationship she had to blowjobs was
Well,
like
and I also
you have
wonder
to suck to completion.
If she was doing it selfishly too, she was like, "No, I want to get fucked.
Yeah,
if I suck your dick, I'm not getting fucked.
Yeah,
What's the point in that?
right,
you know?
right,
so
right.
like, you just have to tell her.
Yeah,
You got to communicate.
This is
more.
beautiful, man. This actually makes me feel so good for real. So salute to you, my friend. Salute to everyone getting their dick sucked out there. Yep.
Hey, Stav, Eldest, love the show. Basically, I have a master plan to kind of get back at my ex in a way.
Yeah, nice.
It was my best relationship I've ever been in. I have no complaints about her or anything.
Yeah, maybe you don't.
Except for the fact that she was very close with this one dude
Okay.
who she was never really truly honest about what her relationship was. She never
Pause
told
this
me
for a
that they were like romantically involved.
What do you mean you have a plan? Like, very clearly, immediately, she broke up with you.
Yep.
This is so insane to be like.
To get back my no
telling
one's got
us-
back in an ex that you broke up with.
Telling us, yeah. Telling us like what you had a problem with.
It was my best
as if
relationship
that
ever.
matters. Of course, like anyway, whatever. Let's see what he has to say.
Involved in the past, and that he was just kind of an asshole to her, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Pause again.
Eventually, when we broke.
So there is something that men and women will, without being able to fully comprehend it in their brain, tap into. And when a woman's like, "Hey, I don't want you fucking that friend," and you're like, "I didn't know I'd have a chance," and they just know that you do. Or if a guy's like, "We can break up, but don't fuck around," or just you get an inkling of a
You
jealousy.
always know
there's
who-
a
yeah.
reason you're getting
Yeah.
jealous. There's something going on. You can't even quite put your finger on it or define it, but it is there.
Or just even, and it's like, you can tell by the way they talk about them. Like, this definitely happened to me where it was like a girl I was dating, she just mentioned a friend of a friend in a way where I was like, this guy's gonna fuck her if we break. When we
and
break
you'd sound
up.
like a lunatic if you said,
And then
said that.
he fucked her.
But you'd
and then
be
we
right.
get back together, and then I was like, like, she let it slip that she had like again, I didn't give a fuck that she fucked other people when we weren't together. It's like, whatever, I fucked a bunch of girls. But it was just like that it was that guy. And I was just like, who was, she let it slip that she fucked like a friend, at like one of her, at that friend who was a friend of at like a party, she hooked up with somebody. And I was like, who was it? And then, dude, we're just having a fucking fight in like a smoothie shop, and I'm like, and I'm like mad at her, but I can't. It's my fault. We weren't dating. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I don't even care that you fuck other guys, but this fucking guy. You know, I was just going, and I have no leg to stand on. It's the worst fight to be in because
you have
I'm
no
wrong.
leg.
I'm in the wrong in almost every way. It's just like. It was the one guy who would have bothered me. You would have fucked.
I could tell you anytime you say just we can break up, but don't mess around with that person, you are pushing them together.
Oh, never
Don't
say
say
it.
it.
That's crazy. But you don't have to say it. You know
say
that it's
it.
going to happen. It happens every fucking time. Anyway, so this guy had that. He had his spidey senses about
She was
this
like,
one.
"Who's that an asshole?" But okay.
But there's another thing too. She was, you be also wary of the guy or the girl that your ex is over talking about. We're talking about what a dumb bitch she is or what an idiot
It's
he
like
is.
they're correcting for their feelings they're having.
Exactly.
And they're saying,
yes.
we saw, so, I mean, it's tough to, we saw terrible things with the and we saw
Let's bleep this part out, Eldest. I don't want anything to do with this.
some woman on a date went to the bathroom, got hit on by a friend of mine, and then they went, didn't know her.
Yeah.
Then they went to the bathroom and fucked.
Oh my god.
In the bathroom on a guy she met in the hallway
Oh my
while
god.
on a date. Listen, that's
She's on a date with one of your friend?
What?
She's on a date with
No.
a friend? Oh, she's on a
with a
date.
customer.
On a date with a customer. A famous guy.
Nope.
Not even famous.
Nope.
Was
not
on the
famous.
show at
Good
least?
with women for sure.
Good with women, but was he on the show?
No.
Wow.
Later, but not even. And it was the dead days of the. There was like 100 people in there. It wasn't like.
That's crazy.
So then they fuck, come back, she straightens herself up. We're like, oh, he goes, yeah, because this guy used to like pull
Right,
chicks.
that was his move.
Yeah. And then she goes back and sits with a date and gets overly cuddly because she's making up for it.
Oh my god.
We saw her like being more like showy
like,
and kissing necks.
Huh, you smell like cum.
Your cum, it's in my brain. And it's like she has
that's
to correct
demonic,
it.
dude.
It's
That's
demonic.
like
So after seeing a bunch of those things coming from just being a formerly religious Jew and seeing what actually men and women are capable of, but only focusing on the women, you're like, I can't have a relationship for a long time.
Oh, interesting.
Because this is what they all are.
Oh, dude, that's even crazier too to consider that part of your development.
Yeah.
Of like how
coming from religious Judaism to that within a year or two.
That's crazy. No wonder you're fucking out of your mind about like monogamy and shit like that. Like you would have no. Of course, you wouldn't have a real like a normal
they
look
don't just
at
fuck
it.
randos in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's just a super slut. That's just a super slut.
Oh my god. All right, sorry. Let's get to this guy's
that's
thing.
what you're saying. When they're too much of like, oh, that guy's an asshole.
And by the way, I've been guilty of that too. Where I'm
Me
like,
too.
dude, this ex, I fucking hate her, and then we break up, and it's like I happen to fuck the ex the next time I bump into her. You know what I mean? Like everyone's.
You're making up for it by saying you hate her.
So that's also a little tip. Don't be too obvious, folks. Don't overdo it. So anyway, that's what his girl was doing. She was saying her ex was an asshole. Go ahead, Eldest.
Relationship was. She never told me that they were like romantically involved in the past, and that he was just kind of an asshole to her, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Eventually, when we broke up, she didn't cite him as the reason why we were breaking up, but it kind of felt like that. So I was like, well, I don't really want to talk to you again. Anyways, a couple months go by. This was a couple months ago. I find out that this dude is insanely shitty to her, and cheated on her last month, like all this shit. Anyways, all of her family still fucking loves me. They love me so much. I see her mom all the time and her dad very often, and they love me. Her mom is always inviting me over. I am thinking that
Yeah, man, you know how women how women go. They're always traditionally attracted to not the bad boy asshole, but the nerd her mother and father love. That's who the girl always ends up with, is the guy who's very respectful and who her father also thinks is a good guy.
He's trying to say I'm the rightful heir to the throne.
I
actually deserve this, so the farm likes me. Everybody likes me. It's like this guy's a dick to her.
And I'm not saying that guy's a good guy, but it's like
he cheated on her.
Where's the fucking bet?
So she's also a whore.
Let's just before we fully take this
Where's the
down
bet?
and shatter his world. Let's see what he has to say.
Good.
They say all the way in the corner.
Should go to her mom's house and cook her mom a very, very nice meal. My family has some very good Jewish recipes that I could, pull out.
Oh yeah,
bro.
And run some Fortnite with her little brother. We'll see how it goes.
What do you have? Pastrami sandwich? The only good thing, the only good food Jews have.
This recipe I cooked at the local deli.
Yeah, it's a ball of dough in fucking
in
chicken stock, and the grossest fish you've ever.
I like how he
brother,
just refers.
I'm dead.
Like,
bro, that's so gay.
Waiting. Gefilte fish.
That's so gay.
One, literally.
He despawned, brother.
Jewish recipes that we could.
Motherfucker despawned, bro.
And run some Fortnite with her little brother. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but it's less of a get back. It's more of a, I'm still here. I'm still here. Anyways, let me know what you think. Whether or not
I'm still here.
Plan. Love the show. Keep doing what you're doing.
We love you too, man. But this is the most down bad.
You want to believe this is going to work? It's so gonna work against you. Every time I've seen a guy say, I want to show this lady that she fucked up by breaking up with me, it's like, what you're looking for is for her to cry, right?
Yeah.
You want her to cry, like, oh my God, I was so wrong to break up. You're not going to get that. So all you're really doing is making her now lose all good memories of you.
Well, and he clearly wants to get back with her.
Obviously.
It's not like get back at her, it's back with her.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's not going to work, dude.
It's not going to work.
You're completely in the wrong direction.
You got to watch... Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's like everything you're doing is almost textbook the wrong thing. And even like
swingers,
like
when he's like, you got to forget her first, then
yeah,
you'll get back. Then she'll call you.
Yeah,
you're still in the early stages.
That's
of
actually exactly right. You have to forget. And here's the thing: you forget, and then maybe it can happen again, but it won't. Probably it won't.
You have to stop caring.
If you forget, it's almost like she has to get run back to the. You know what I mean? She has to do her she has to do her like onboarding paperwork again if you forget her. You know what I mean?
You're
like
actually
she's
not
out of the
over it
system.
at all. So
Oh,
you're in the mode of still being broken up with.
You're so not over it.
So you're not.
You're
getting back.
delusional. This is literally like what's the stages of grief, Eldest? You're at bargaining right now.
Yeah.
Let's go through it.
Let me
Stages
play
of grief.
Fortnite with her brother, and they
Stages
won't
of
see how
grief.
sad it is.
Denial, anger, bargaining, depression. And you're literally. This is literally it. Like your denial. Now you were angry at the guy. He treated her bad.
Yep.
Okay.
He was just really shitty to her. He cheated on her. So
Yeah.
so like I was a good guy. She found a bad guy. She was duped.
Yeah.
She definitely wasn't an adult who made a decision that she liked this guy.
Yeah, dude. It's just like.
Also, she was lying. You said she kind of lied to you about having had a relationship with him before.
Yeah, she just
So
liked
she's
that
not
guy
the
more,
greatest
dude.
either.
And also, here's the other thing. He sounds young as hell, right?
Yeah.
He's probably young. And again, I'm sorry to be hard on you. This has happened to me too.
Yeah.
I was way too into a girl, and I've been through this exact stage that you're through, where I'm like, no, what can I do to make it whatever? And like,
ISO just told me this, where he was fucking around with somebody on stage, and they were saying that it's like my girl, whatever. It's like, oh, fuck her, and then he goes, oh man, you just gotta go through it. And then he goes, all these older people go, yeah, that's actually it. It's like, you can't tell them how to be. It's just like, you'll just grow. This is something you're going to go through.
You're just going to go through this, man. And you're like, look, her family, forget about her family.
Forget about her fucking family.
You're not, this isn't going to happen, brother.
They suck.
You're just like...
I heard they're killing Palestinian babies.
Yeah, that is, well, he said it, not me, folks. And so, it's just like, you're just... I mean, even hearing his voice, I just kind of want to give this kid a hug and like get high, buy him some pizza, and like let him just fucking cry in the corner while me and Eldest play Mario Tennis. You know what I mean? Like you're just going through it, brother.
You're going through it.
And I've been there too, where I'm like, how that guy's bad for her. You know, it doesn't fucking matter, dude.
That guy's bad. Exactly.
You gotta like move on. And also like. He was insanely shitty to her. What? He got a little head on the side, like
insanely shitty. Like that's not true. By the way, buddy, you know people that have done that to women, and you don't cut them out of your life.
You're just a sad kid who's heartbroken right now. No amount of matzo balls or fucking Fortnite wins are bringing this girl back. Nothing you can do right now can bring her back because you're so in your own head.
You're being a fucking pussy, and a pussy's not going to win this lady
Yeah,
back.
I mean, that actually is all it is. That's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But good luck. I really do feel for you. This sucks.
Dude, I remember when I first went over through some breakups, so I'd been through it in the 5 years prior, you know?
Yeah.
And so then my friends went through it, just like a little younger, remember Nick Youssef going through one, and then just going like, oh, I know the path now.
Yeah.
You're in for some shit for about 6 months, and then you won't think about it anymore.
Yeah.
And there's no way to lessen the shit or lengthen it.
No.
Hopefully it doesn't go one of those 4-year, like, I never stop thinking about things.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's like 3 months only, but like, you're just going to be in this shit till it's done.
Yeah. And I mean, I've heard the rule of thumb is at least half the time you're in the relationship. And then, by the way, it still lingers.
It still lingers.
Even when it's like, I'm totally over my last relationship, truly, like to the point where I like went through too much of it feels like this whole tour has been a little bit of a hoe phase. Where it's like, it should be a couple months where you're getting out there, but because of the way my life is set up, I haven't been able to actually connect with a human being truly. And I'm just like ready for the next. I kind of want to, at least, I don't know if I'm ready for a serious relationship, but I want to be like, all right, I just want to like know some people and like try it out, whatever.
Go on like 4 dates and see.
Exactly. Like I'd like to go on a couple dates.
It's like, all right, this is like dehumanizing.
Right. At a certain point, for me, at a certain point, I'm like, oh man. But even I'll have like tremors of not even that relationship, but even just like maybe like a little situationship that was like a couple months or like even past girls. It's like, it's natural for like old sadnesses to flare up every once in a while, but not to the point where you are planning like surprise. She's going to come back one day after riding on some guy's motorcycle and getting fingered at the movies. And she's going to see you doing puzzles with her grandma. And she's going to be like, wow, I should fuck this guy.
Unless you want a good guy. She's not on that stage.
No, exactly. And that's the thing. She's young, too. That's the point I was making before we just started roasting him. And it's easy to do. But it's like...
The way your girlfriend's getting roasted by dicks on a nightly basis.
She does... Yeah, she's young, too. She's going to she's going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. And it's like, some people just... You meet them at the wrong time. Am I coming through this, Eldest? I am. Yeah, okay. Anyway.
It's also like, she's not going to regret this. she's just gonna be like, I've been assholes to people, but she's not gonna like, I wish I hadn't. I had stayed with that guy. She's just gonna be like, yeah, I mistreated some people, but,
If
you don't go,
anything-
I wish I hadn't. It's just like,
No, and by the way, it's not gonna be soon either.
No.
In 10 years, she'll be like, oh, that guy was nice. She
that guy was
deserved
nice,
better.
and she won't be like, well, I guess I was an asshole, but she's like, no, we
No,
broke up,
she
and I
might-
got back with an ex. That's
Dude,
not a
she
big
might
deal.
even be like, oh, I was kind of a bitch to him. Like,
Yeah.
I've done that where I'm like, in my 20s, I was
But
like,
she
oh.
won't like cry, like I wish I hadn't done this. She don't feel
No,
bad about
no,
right. She'll feel bad about doing it to someone, but she won't be like, I made a huge mistake.
No. Move on, buddy. Sorry, we just kind of destroyed you for like 10 minutes, but
Yeah.
move on. We definitely care about you.
We just destroyed you for 10 minutes. That's fucking funny. Rombers. Oh my. When I kill this fucking Uber, please. Oh my god. How am I not killing this fucking guy, man? Bruh. There's no way. Please, for the love of Lord. Fuck, man. Actually, let's go this way. Kinda hungry. Hmm.
This may be the craziest video I have ever done. I got a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to join an actual MLB team, the St. Louis Cardinals. I'm gonna get my own custom jersey, get VIP access to Busch Stadium, and then even get to throw out the first pitch at today's game in front of tens of thousands of people watching me. So we just got the jersey, I'm gonna put it on. This thing looks sweet, so without further ado, all right, we got the Fit the Lou City Connect edition. Got my name on the back, disarm. I went with 25 because it's 2025. I figured, like, if we want to make a collection of jerseys throughout the years, it'd be a good one. Let's look at the details on this. We got the stitch right here, Nike. I really like the pinstripe, how they're kind of like wobbly like that. And of course, the boys are hooked up as well.
Hi guys, Tony's here.
Yes, sir.
21. I went with the last name. Felt like it was classic.
Got my second ETS Leo jersey. My favorite part about it is the St. Louis Cardinals text right here.
So without further ado, I think it's time we get out to the field of beautiful Busch Stadium. So let's go. What's up, dude? How you doing, man? Good to meet you, bro. How's it going? Dan, great to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Ever since they saw y'all coming.
What's up, dude? How you doing, bro?
Waiting around.
So you've seen our videos? What's your favorite one?
The baseball one, the two teams, pink team.
The one the coaching one. That was probably one of my favorites too.
The one that you did with the Dodgers that tried to stay as long as.
Yeah, that one was fun too. Yeah, that one was really cool.
With them last week or something. Take a picture. It'll take.
Yeah, of course. Let's do a picture. I'd love to take one. Awesome. Great to meet you guys.
Yeah, nice to meet y'all.
So before we find out if I can throw a strike in front of tens of thousands of people, let me explain the game plan for this video. Step 1 is enjoy our day with the Cardinals and see if I have what it takes to make the team. Then step 2 is sign the biggest contract of my life. I'll explain more about that later on, but let me just say this is a really big deal. And step 3 is give away a custom Rawlings glove to one of you guys watching this video, so make sure you stay tuned to learn how to enter. So with that, let's see if anyone actually thinks I will throw the first pitch for a strike. How you doing, bro? I'm throwing out the first pitch.
I knew it.
I'll go lie, I'm a little nervous. Do you think I'm gonna throw a strike? You think so? What do you think?
So.
All right, we got 2 yeses. I guess so. We're here at Busch Stadium, as you can see, home of the Cardinals. Beautiful view behind us. That was insane. We just met Sonny Gray and his kids. Really nice guy.
I thought it was Sonny Gray.
Right. Couple balls. Am I allowed to give one away? I feel like a player. You can get it from me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous to throw the first pitch. We got 2 people who are confident in me throwing strikes. I'm not as confident yet. I gotta warm up a little. We'll see. Play some catch later. It's gonna be a great day here, so let's keep it rolling. What do you got for first pitch take?
All right, my first pitch take is Dan is definitely throwing a strike. He's just kind of the guy that rises to the occasion, not to glaze. Comment what you guys think down below, strike or ball.
All right, my take with Dan. I think it's gonna be a strike. Short answer, but I don't think he's gonna put a lot of velo on it. Short answer, strike.
Oh, you're a subscriber? And he put on post noties, so I appreciate it. Do you guys think I'll throw a ball or a strike?
Ball for sure.
You were confident in that. You think strike?
Strike.
You think strike?
Strike.
What's your rationale behind ball? What's your theory?
Most people just throw balls during first pitch.
Yeah. Well, I'm not most people. Nah, I might. I very much might. Dan, good to meet you, man. I'm good. How you doing? Hi, dude. I got a question for you. I'm throwing the first pitch today. What's your tips? Do you have any tips for me to throw a strike?
Bro, be you and trust yourself always.
I actually like that advice for like life. Be you and trust yourself always.
Of course.
That's fire. I appreciate it, bro. Hey, great to meet you, man. All right, be you and trust yourself. That's the quote from today. We'll see if it plays off when I'm on the mound. I don't know. Myself right now is nervous. Being me right now is scary, but I'm excited. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. What's also cool is my family, my mom, my dad flew out to watch this. It's my first ever first pitch. Maybe I'll do more in the future, but this is the most special one, of course. Man, I still can't get over how cool this is. If you guys would want one of these, let me know. Maybe comment down below. Special first pitch room. So this is pretty cool. They got pictures in the first pitch room of all the biggest first pitches in history. Matthew Tkachuk and Jason Tatum at the same time. That's pretty dope. Randy Orton. That's really cool. John Hamm. My guys might be a little young for Mad Men, but Mad Men's one of the best shows of all time, and John Hamm, I'm a big fan of his. Oh, and our guy, Metro Boomin. Wow, I actually met Metro Boomin in a crazy story that could be its own video one day.
Yeah, Mr. Liz.
I went to Metro Boomin's studio one time and met him. Out of context, it sounds crazy because it was crazy, but that's pretty sweet. He's from St. Louis too, right? So we're
Chillin', bro. What are you saying?
Off, getting ready. They actually gave me the exact ball I'm gonna be throwing. So over here, I have our Rawlings glove table. You guys might have seen this a little while back when they sent them to us, but we all brought them just to rep because, of course, Rawlings is hooking this whole experience up. Shout out Rawlings. Got some big news coming tomorrow too as well, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, these are our Rawlings gloves. You guys can rate which one you think is the best.
Our face icons right here that Tony designed, and then we have enjoy the show and subscribe right next to them.
But like I said, the ball. This is the official first pitch ball I'm gonna use. Gotta break it in a little bit. I don't think they have any of that mud in here. You know, that mud to kind of break it hand, but I think this will do. But I'm gonna rub it up. I'm gonna get my own fingerprints on it. You know, I don't think I want you rubbing up my ball.
Let me give it a.
You can look at it.
Look.
But if I throw a ball, it's on you.
I used to rub up baseballs in college, actually.
Something about that doesn't surprise me. The boys are here. Gabe and Matt are in the building. I need you guys' predictions. Let's go one at a time.
Living life, bro. I hear you, man.
Because it's a crafty lefty.
Crafty lefty. I gotta throw strikes. What's your prediction?
Haven't seen you in the mound for a while. I think you miss for a ball arm side.
Okay, that's fair. I'd be okay with that.
Like just missed.
I want to be competitive.
It might be on the white.
A competitive pitch. That's all I want. Yeah. It's getting real deal. We got everyone here. The family's here. A bunch of people in this room. It's bump day. It's bump day. First bump day in a while, but it's bump day. And I'm with the Cardinals. Come on, the team that finally took a chance on me. The Cardinals.
My webcam just keeps freezing.
20 minutes, 25 minutes. So let's roll. So before the first pitch, the guys and I had an on-field interview to talk about how we were feeling about this huge moment.
And I'm here with Disarm, the YouTube channel.
Well, I've just always loved making videos and just documenting my journey through baseball and all that stuff. So I kind of just stuck with it, kept going, and I'm just super blessed to be here. And I'm super excited. It's been a great journey.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dream come true. We've really just kind of had these visions in our minds since we were young.
I'm about to go all over Europe and shit.
First pitch. I mean, you can't ask for more. We were just extremely blessed to work with Rawlings, and they hooked us up with 3 amazing gloves. The product's amazing, the company's amazing, and we are very blessed to work with them in the future.
I'm going to let you get ready for the pitch, but I want a big Let's Go Cards from you.
Let's go Cards!
See you soon.
How we feeling?
This is sick. This is a sick stadium. I don't know. I mean, I feel great. Post-interview, a little nervous, but feeling pretty good. And the arch is in the background.
The arch is in the back.
Interview, like Tony said, it gets like the heart rate going, and it kind of actually locks you in.
I'm excited for you, bro. It's absolutely electric out here, bro.
And this wouldn't be possible without you guys, so really appreciate you guys always watching, subscribing, commenting, and huge shout out to Rawlings for hooking us up. Again, more on that.
Should you vlog? Fuck yeah. Kidding me?
First pitch strike, hopefully. Yep. Guys, I put on my story predictions for first pitch, and I said, will I throw a strike or a ball? So these are your guys' predictions. 62% of you guys thought I was going to throw a strike. 38% think I'm going to throw a ball. We're going to find out, man. My official prediction, heater right down the middle, strike 3. I'm convincing myself. 3 more minutes. I'm really nervous, but I'm really excited. It's going to be great. So here we go. Not cool, man. My haters fuel me. Little do you know, you just sparked a fire under me. This guy. All right. At this point, if you couldn't tell, I was definitely nervous. Although I've played baseball my entire life, this was my first time ever throwing on an MLB mound. And I know it's not the craziest thing in the grand scheme of things, but to me, this is a really big milestone in my career and something I couldn't have even imagined as possible just a few years ago. But with that said, I still wanted to throw a strike. So here it is.
Ballpark tonight, YouTube sensations Disarm. And Dan is going to head out to the mound right now to throw out an honorary first pitch here at Busch Stadium in St. Louis.
$10 billion, bro. It's insane. The Lakers sold for $10 billion.
All right, here it goes. Dan's about to throw the first pitch. We got Mom right here. We got Gabe right here.
All right, if you're a follower of Disarm, let's make some noise for Dan Sarmiento.
All right.
Strike. That was a ball. That was a strike. That was not a strike. Kind of high strike. That was gas.
Setting him up. Yeah, swing and miss. Setting him up. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, bro. Great to meet you. Let's go.
I've only seen a couple of your videos.
You seen them though?
Yeah.
Hey, appreciate that, man. Have a good one. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. All right. Just a little high. The haters got to me on that one, but I was setting him up, guys. Come on. That was part of the process, but it's over. So let's go eat something. I'm hungry.
That was heat, bro.
That was heat. I tried to get a little gas on, a little high. I thought it said 94. No. That was really, really fun. That was a blast, man. So let's cool off, get some food, and enjoy the game, man. That was an experience. Unfortunately, as you saw, I didn't get the job done, but hey, that's why you get more than one pitch in real life. And now I have a new goal to work on. Instead of just throwing the first pitch at a game, I want to throw a first pitch for a strike. So hopefully down the road, I'll get a chance to do it again. After the first pitch, we went and did a radio interview with Matt Pauly of KMOX and Cardinal Radio Network, which was super fun. It's been fun to kind of share that perspective of like a fan, but also a player, and we kind of have respect and like can bridge the gap between player and fan. Then we went to the UMB Champions Club, got some food,
mode, and then later in the game, we actually got to do a promotion for Raising Cane's on the Jumbotron, again in front of everybody in the stadium.
We'll get a little shout out right here, Kane shout out, so here we go.
See the cameo from the shirtless dudes in the back?
Oh, really? That's what.
Sorry, guys.
It ended up being a great game. They squeaked by 10-9, but that's not even the end of the crazy things that will happen in
The
the
shirtless
game. And as a
guy.
reminder, make sure to stay tuned until the end of the video for the custom Rawlings glove giveaway.
I don't care about the glove. That was more than enough video for me. That was pretty cool. It'd be quite the experience. You should definitely vlog.
And we could either clutch this out and to become a legend, or fail and be the laughing stock of the world.
Do it.
Stage 1 with 30 lives. Platform glissante. Glissante. Ooh.
Plenty of ice.
Ooh. Looks like a good level.
Ooh,
Damn,
womp
that was
womp.
a hard jump. Ah! Wow, that's a really hard jump. I gotta go back. I thought maybe I missed something by going so quickly, but nope. Low jump. Low dump. Low jump. Do a low dump. Make that jump. Woo! Huh. Hey, my dog. Hey.
Oh.
Hey, hey, hey. Whoa. Woo.
Ice levels can either be so good or so bad.
Starting me off crazy, man. No, no, no. Please tell me I did not need the mushroom. Please, 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 please. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Woo! Ah! 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 Ooh! No! Whew! Ow! Damn! My face! No! No!
That's
Damn,
it.
it's so hard to get this freaking jump. Yes! Got it.
Mario is crazy, bro.
Okay.
Being good at this game, like, I'm terrible at this game. I'll just admit it, like,
That's a reset door.
atrocious.
Shoot. All right, try again. Ready, go. Ready, go. Go. Go.
Oh!
Nice.
Nasty work. Nasty.
Doink, 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 doink.
This is a good level.
Man, I can't believe it. This is fantastic.
Not too many good ice levels I've ever seen this guy play, but this is a good one.
Seven? What? What was that ending? Why was it pointing up and all that stuff? Probably said something. It was a 7? I don't know. I don't know, man.
Hakuna
Moving on to
Matata.
stage 2 with 31 lives. Test yourself.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
While you test yourself. Level 1. You shouldn't stick your tongue out like that, though, because you might bite it. Ow, you know. Don't want to do that.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Mom told me to put the drugs on the shelf. Now I can't see it. King of Scarface, King of New York, Scarface. I wanna be it.
A lame ass test. No, no! Get him. Get him. No! Come Come on, dude. Hurry up. All right. Are there going to be some more fun tests? I hope. Level 2. Oh, what is this? Wait, which way should I hit the switch? I don't know. Whoa, whoa.
At least I'm hitting this fucking goober now.
Alright, this is better. This is more my speed. Yeah. Yeah, man. Seems chill.
Oh, there's a bat over here.
Nice power up. Alright. Going to level 3.
Ugh. Get the bat there.
Ooh.
No.
Aw. Could have jumped, but too risky. Because we got no checkpoint.
No, and it fucking killed him.
Ooh. Oh. No. No, I thought... No. I thought wrong. That's what I thought.
No, son of a bitch.
No!
I killed it again.
No! I panicked. I screwed up. Damn it. Should I jump left or right? Right. Left. Left.
Ooh. I clicked it. I swear.
Save it.
Yeah.
Save it. Come on, baby. You got this. You can do it. No, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Yes. No. No, it doesn't matter where I go. I'm screwed no matter what. I'm in a freaking room. No. Gotta do the whole level again. It's my fault. I psyched myself out because the P-switch music, because I thought it was about to end, but it was because I went through the door, which extends the song, and I brain farted. Very sad. Should I go
Me
for the
too. I'm very
shortcut?
sad.
Nah, I don't think so. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Wow. If you had the mushroom, you can get through this part so fast.
Ripski.
Stupid music. Stupid music. Driving me crazy. Okay, one more.
Be right back, gentlemen.
Level 4. Hey. Wait. But I can't get it now. Hold on. You can do it. You just gotta be cheeky. Cheeky. Ooh. Oh my god, if you had put that helmet on, you would have been screwed. That's crazy. Oh, God. How do I get hit like that? So embarrassing. So embarrassing, dude. Okay. Bring this with, right? Oh. Okay. Nope. Did not need the spring. Oh no. That's not gonna help me. Ah! Ah! I'm gonna find out the coins were optional. What the? Ah! Oh my god, it is not over. Whoa! There's the key door. Coins were not optional. Ay ay ay. Moving on to stage 3 with 33. Piranha Infestation. Oh boy. Nice. Ooh. 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 Whoa. Still going. Still going. This is crazy. Crazy awesome. Still, oh, there it is. No way. Oh, the trampoline is a troll. The trampoline is a troll. First try, that was beautiful. Beautiful, man. Just beautiful. Moving on to stage 4 with 36. Amazon Warehouse Simulator 2. Wow, sounds awesome. Whoa, nope. What am I supposed to do here? Put the package in the hole. Amazon Warehouse moment. Oh shit. Put him in the hole. Did it work? No? Oh, spring worked. What a weird level. Grab the package and... No! No! It's suddenly going crazy! Whoa! Damn. Go fast. Bam. Bam.
Oh, got it.
Always say bam. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, bam, bam, bam. 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 Ba 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 bam. Okay, I missed the drop-off zone. Damn, what a shot. Whew. I would be a great Amazon warehouse worker. Hey, that was a one-up right there. Whoa. Alright, what did I miss? Where was it? I don't see
How
a
much is
hole.
that
Oh,
shit?
it's on the left. It was masked by the stupid semi-solid. Oh no, you're supposed to hit that second. No. Ugh.
Oh, it's free? I thought it was money. Oh, this shit costs money, bro.
No, how did I die like that? That's so embarrassing.
Yo, what's up, Illusion? Douglas?
Hello?
So,
Yo.
26 gigabytes.
26 gigabytes of fun.
That's a lot. My stream's gonna lag like a motherfucker, gentlemen.
Oh, you're streaming. Of course, you're streaming.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna shut the stream off. I'm gonna bounce out, gentlemen. Hope y'all have a good night. Illusion, good talking with you. Squirt, you have a good one, boys. Peace out. Peace out. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, I'll apologize.